All right, well, good morning and welcome to the March 10th, 2022 meeting of the New York City Campaign Finance Board. Let me just get rid of that. The first order of business on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from the February 10th meeting. I move their approval. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. Next item on our agenda is my report. So good morning again. Today, the board will vote on violations and penalties for one candidate campaign from the 2019 special election for public advocate. We will also vote on enforcements for 4 independent spenders from last year's citywide election. All of these parties have declined to appear today and are not contesting the recommendations of the CFB staff. I have a happy announcement to make this morning. Our colleague Greg Camp has been reappointed to the board by City Council Speaker Adrian Adams. Greg has been a highly engaged and collegial participant in our work since 2017. I'm very pleased that Greg will continue his service to New York City as a member of this board through 2027. No, that can't be right. I think it's a 5-year term. It must be 2022. Typo. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Tomorrow morning, I will be speaking at New York Law School about how we can increase voter turnout in New York City. I will discuss the Campaign Finance Board's voter engagement work, review the pro-voter laws that have been adopted in New York State and City over the past few years, and recommend some steps we could take to address the persistent problem of low voter turnout in local elections. The online webinar is part of the school's City Law Breakfast series, and it is free. We will post the link to RSVP in the meeting chat. I hope you all will attend and engage on this important topic. This week, we are privileged to have the new chair of our Voter Assistance Advisory Committee join us. Zoilo Torres was appointed as chair to the committee in October by Mayor Bill de Blasio. Zoilo has joined us today to provide an update on the work of the committee and the CFB's NYC Votes team. Welcome, Zoilo. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to join you today and to be chairing the Voter Assistance Advisory Committee. The committee mandate is truly inspiring. We assist the CFB in fulfilling its charge to help New Yorkers overcome systematic barriers to voting and empower New Yorkers to fully participate in our democracy, with particular focus on city residents who are underrepresented among voters. In service of that mission, the committee held a meeting last month focused on the New York City only voter law, which is a very exciting expansion of voting rights in New York City. The law will allow more than 825,000 New Yorkers who are living here as permanent residents or on work visas. These New Yorkers contribute to the city's economy, to our neighborhoods, and to our city life. But they currently do not have a voice in who represents them in the city government, which beginning on 2023, that will change. City-only voters will have a say in races for mayor, public advocate, controller, borough president, city council, and votes on city ballot initiatives. Local elected officials should hear the voices and be accountable to the votes of all city residents, whether they are citizens or not. New York is a city of immigrants. It always has been and always will be. Fulfilling this democratic promise to all New Yorkers is an important step forward for our city. Making sure that New York gets that implementation of this new law right is vitally important, not only for city elections, but also for the message it sends nationally. New York City is by far the largest, most visible jurisdiction to adopt voting laws of this kind. Much like the rollout of the ranked choice voting last year, the entire country will be watching how we do this. During our February meeting, we heard from election administrators from Hyattsville, Maryland, where city-only voters have been participating in elections for many years. They discussed how the implementation process went and answered questions from the audience. We also heard from Campaign Finance Board staff on their plans to assist New York new city voters get registered, inform them of their rights, and help them fully participate in city elections. The board is planning a significant expansion of its community-based outreach and language translation work to meet this challenge. I am very excited for this expansion of voting access in New York City and to see the CFB's engagement plans come together in the next few months. Thank you very much, Chair, for making space for me to update the board on the work of the committee. Thank you.
And then thank you, Zerlo. The next item on our agenda is the report of our executive director. Amy, take it from here.
Good morning, and congratulations again to Greg. It's been a joy to work with you, and we're looking forward to 5 more years. Again, the staff is beginning to work on the post-election process for the 2021 elections, and we'll be starting up the audit process for the candidates who were participating in that election. On February 28th, Eric Friedman, who is our Assistant Executive Director for Public Affairs, gave testimony to the New York City Council Committee on Government Operations about the Campaign Finance Board's work on Local Law 29. Local Law 29 is a law that requires various city agencies to participate in the voter registration process, and we assist those agencies with trainings and materials that they can supply. And the City Council was asking about how that work is being done and what can be done to expand it. So thank Eric for that testimony.
Is that it?
Yep.
Thank you. So we have some penalty issues on, I'm sorry. And the entities and candidates involved have chosen not to appear or to contest these penalties. In our pre-meeting, the board deliberated on them among ourselves. And so unlike our usual meetings, we don't need to break now to go into deliberations. We have already done that. And therefore I will make a motion to make the following findings and impose the following penalties. First up is candidate Anthony Herbert, a candidate in the special election for public advocate in 2018. and 19. The board proposes to find the following violations and to impose the following penalties. One, failing to demonstrate compliance with cash receipts reporting and documentation requirements, $107. Two, accepting an over the limit contribution, $750. Three, failing to respond to the draft audit report, $500, for total penalties of $1,357. Next, in the 2021 election cycle, this involves an independent spender by the name of Ben Chris Realty LLC. The board proposes to find the following violation and impose the following penalty. One, failing to file, $350. Next, an independent spender in 2021, Common Sense NYC Inc. The board proposes to find the following violation and impose the following penalty. Failing to disclose the name of a leader, $750. And finally, the independent spender also in the 2021 elections, voters of NYC Inc. The board proposes to find the following violation and impose the following penalty. Failing to disclose the name of a leader, $2,000. I move that we approve these findings and penalties. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. That concludes our business, our public business for this morning. So I'll move that we go into executive session, and in as much as we have no actions to take in executive session that we have to report back on in public, I will also simultaneously move that we adjourn following the executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstention? The motion carries. Thank you. We're done with our work for today, and we'll see you next month.